Adidev Namastu Bhayam, Prasid Mama Bhaskar, Divakar Namastu Bhayam, Prabhakar Namastu. This ancient Sanskrit verse is a bow down to the sun god. Sun is not just a celestial body, it's a way for life, a way of life that has taught me a lot and has laid my path. Today, in this TED Talk, I want to talk to you about the three forces that has changed my life, that has everything that I stand for and everything that I am an influence. And it has given me momentum all over. And the third and the most important one is faith in timing, in grace, and in Lord Hanuman. You know, sometimes when in your life nothing is going right, sometimes you do your stuff, but at the end something falls off. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, everything starts working. Everything falls into the right place. It is actually your universe working out for you. It is actually your guardian angel looking out for you. And for me, it has always been Lord Hanuman. Lord Hanuman, I remember growing up, my grandfather would tell me about Hanuman Chalisa. We would recite Hanuman Chalisa together. And he would tell me how one time Hanumanji leapt towards the sun, thinking it to be a fruit. And my life has been the same. I've always tried achieving stuff that is far beyond my reach without any sense of what the path is going to lead. So today, I want to share my life journey. I want to tell you how these three forces has changed everything in my life. And while I do that, I hope you can see your path differently as well. I am not here because everything has just worked out for me. I'm not here because things didn't fall off or I didn't fail. No, I am here because even when I failed, even when there were obstacles in my life, I chose to keep going. Without having a proper sense of what it will lead to, I kept going. My life story is about persistence above perfection. So, my life story is about persistence above perfection. Growing up, I grew up in a small city of Rajkot. I had a passion for cricket. I used to love cricket and I still do. And luckily, I was pretty good at it as well. So I decided I want to make a career out of it. I even got selected for Ranji trials, but destiny had different plans. Just before I was going for my Ranji trials, a day before, during the practice session, I broke my leg. The pain was more of the dream that was no longer possible, but more than that, it was something in me that I couldn't share with anyone, but that loss was too hard to accept for somebody who was in the 10th grade. So I decided to change paths. My God's Son has told me that energy doesn't just vanish, it just changes its direction, it just changes its form. And it was my faith in my God that told me to keep believing in something unseen, something bigger than I can ever see. So, cut down to 12th grade. I decided that I want to move away from Gujarat to Chennai in search of mechanical engineering. I enrolled in SRM University for mechanical engineering because I used to love math. Math came naturally to me. Math made sense to me, and math had logic behind it. And I wanted to pursue robotics and automation. So I decided to venture into mechanical engineering. But just the first year itself, I realized mechanical engineering is far more than just robotics and automation and maths. They even make you learn biology in the first year. It's crazy. So I realized that maybe I'm not the most technical guy out there in this field of engineering. I realized maybe this is not my forte. But I realized I really like talking to people. I really like making friends. I really wanted to, talk to anyone and everyone I can. So during my 4 years of engineering, rather than working with machines all day and sitting in a lab and figuring out theorems, I decided I want to be part of something bigger than that. So in the 4 years of engineering, I decided to join three startups. I did publicity, I did marketing, I did volunteering, anything and everything they would ask from me, I was ready to do it. I remember I even cleaned floors like an organization like this. We hosted an event and I even had to clean floor and I did that happily. because I wanted to learn stuff, how stuff can be built from scratch, from nothing to something. I wanted to learn that. And that is when I really understood the power of sales. Power of sales is immense. Talking to people, knowing how to when to talk, when not to talk, and how to listen. So sales came naturally to me, and in 4 years of engineering, I really learned that this skill is something that I'm going to carry for the rest of the life. But then came the boldest decision of my life. I decided to move to Canada. I decided to move to Canada because I wanted to see how I would do when I am stripped away of everything familiar. No shared languages, no safety nets, nobody to introduce me or to vouch for me. It was a clean slate waiting for my decisions and my mistakes. So I did. I went to Canada in 2018. I enrolled in energy management and then project management. Energy management because I really like renewable energy in general. I wanted to learn the ways of the West, how they do it there, how they treat their energy, and how they treat with their renewable energy. And project management because I wanted to learn the 9 deliverables of management, of how to manage a project from start to finish. But while those degrees added to my resume, the real change happened outside the classroom. As you can see here, this is a shop called the mobile shop. Unlike in India where we just buy phone and then prepaid plans, it is completely different in Canada. I started to talk to people. As soon as I went there, I had zero network. Nobody even came to pick me up at the airport. That's how it was. It was so much fun because it was going to be crazy and I knew it. I had faith that it was going to be crazy. When I went to Canada, I decided that nobody is going to come and help me. Nobody is going to come and, hey, get this job, I'll help you get this. No. When you go out of your comfort zone, it's you who have to work for yourself. Nobody will come and help you. So that's what I did. I would go to anyone and start talking. I would share my life story. Doesn't matter the color of the skin. In Canada, you wouldn't believe, but there are people from all across the globe, not just India or Punjab or Pakistan. Everybody from all across the globe comes to Canada. So I decided to talk to anyone. I would go to Superstore with my resume and talk to people. And one fine day, somebody offered me a job out of the blue, and that was the mobile shop. It wasn't a fancy shop or anything like that. It was just a small corner in a superstore. But I had a decision to make, and I had lots and lots of time. So the decision that I made was I want to talk to at least one person every day. I don't want to sell them anything. I don't even want to pitch them anything. I just want to learn about their life and their life story. So I started doing that. And I started doing that a lot. I got pretty good at it that I used to make friends here and then. That small habit, over the course of 3 years of me working there, I'm very proud of this achievement that I was the youngest store manager across Canada. And I was the highest dollar making employee across Canada for 3 years stretch. This is this one achievement that I would always cherish. And you know why that happened? Not because I was good at sales or sales just came naturally to me. No, that happened because I used to listen. For anybody here listening to me and thinking, oh, I want to be needing sales. That's just not a skill I want to master. Actually, you are selling yourself every day. You walk into a room of people, they see you, they judge you because it's not their fault to judge you, but that it just happens automatically. Every word you speak, the way you talk, the way you listen, all matters, and that is sales. So, over the course of 4 years while I was there at the mobile shop, I was the youngest manager. I used to talk to so many people that people would come across the city just to buy a phone from me, make a connection. It was crazy. It felt like I built an empire in Canada. And I had a very pushy job. I got easy at my job. I loved my job. But that's when I made a very, very, very risky decision. I realized I was getting too easy at my job. I was getting too comfortable that I wasn't giving as much effort that I should have. So something was itching in me. Something was telling me maybe we should change courses. Maybe we should change the direction. And then one fine day, I realized India is at a stage, is at a face value over the world where with the leadership of leaders like Narendra Modi, India has a completely different value than when I went there. Everybody loves India. Everybody loves the loyalty India brings. And in India, energy sector, infrastructure sector, everything was going at such a speed that the momentum was crazy. I didn't want to be that person who sat there and watched India grew and then talked about, oh yeah, this is better than here in Canada. Oh yeah, this is better in India. No, I wanted to make a change. And thanks to my family who has supported me in every step, who I love very, very much, told me that it is okay for you to make a decision. We are with you. And I made a very risky and bold move that I want to come back to India. And I did. So in 2023, in January 2023, I decided to come back to India. While people were buying houses there, getting their PRs, getting citizenships, I decided that I want to come back, live with my family in Rajkot. So after coming back to India, I ventured a little bit here and there, started an IT company and stopped it, did something else, then stopped it, until I find the real estate. So this are two projects happening in Rajkot right now. The one in the left is the residential project. One on the right is Taurus, the commercial project. Within 3 to 7 months of working there, every negotiation, every deal closing, every delayed payment was teaching me something that I had never learned. The way of India, the way India actually works, and the way business in India actually operates. It was like learning the language of my own country all over again. And I tell you, it was fascinating. People of India, us, we are great people when compared to Canada or anybody else. And this is me accepting award for best design from the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Needless to say, I was doing fine. I was happy. I was doing something that was giving me excitement every other day. Needless to say, my energies were flowing. My God's son was happy. But one fine day, out of the blue, because of my habit of listening and talking to people, I got an opportunity to not only invest, but also become Chief Strategy Officer at Sunbond Energy, which is a solar panel manufacturing firm based out of Rajkot. This was crazy because until right now, sun was a metaphor for me. Right now, it is a mission. And as I stand here today, I want to really emphasize on the level of India and solar energy. India is at a stage where in the upcoming years, solar sector is going to be the biggest sector of energy out there. Let me throw some numbers at you all. In 2014, almost a decade ago, India generated 2.3 gigawatts of energy with solar energy. Cut down to 2025, India generated 75 gigawatts, which is 28 times the value. Every year, India is set to produce at least 15 gigawatts of solar energy. By 2030, India is set to produce at least 1.6 million jobs. So anybody thinking to, looking for sectors, look into renewable energy, look into solar. Because sun isn't rising anymore. I'll say it again. Sun isn't rising anymore. Sun is scaling in India. In India, with great government policies, with great innovation, and this need, in dire need in all the people in India to switch to cleaner energy, we are building momentum. We are building momentum for industries to switch to sustainability. We are building momentum to remote areas of village where there are still no electricity. And we are building momentum for the next generation where India is going to become the powerhouse of the world of solar. So, coming back to my three pillars, coming back to my three forces that I talked about. It is not just me that has sun as their friend, sales as a skill, faith as their God. No, it can be you too. Sun is a metaphor for energy. You came to this TEDx talk. You are liking it so far, but then your energy might feel and might tell you to do something else. Maybe it's a right call, maybe it is not. But please always focus where your energy lies. Please always focus on your energy. When it comes to skill, sales is a skill that helped me change everything that I stand for and everything I am here today. But it can be a different skill for you. Master a skill. Master a skill that takes you places, that you didn't realize you could get to. And third, faith. For me, it was my Lord Hanuman. I pray him in the night and in the morning every day. It is not so that he can get me to places where I want to. No, because God is my faith. Hanumanji is my faith. And it is the same for you as well. No matter your religion, no matter what you believe in and who you believe in, it could be you as well. That could be your guardian angel. You just need to have faith. You just need to take a step with no idea what the path is leading to, but universe will guide you to its ways. So, as I say it again, find your sun, chase it relentlessly, and don't stop until you reach places where you thought you never could. Thank you so much.